Hi there, this is Ron, and I wanted to take a few minutes to educate you on what you're in for at the upcoming Quick Start Real Estate School that you've registered for. First of all, I want to thank you for registering. I think it's probably one of the wisest financial decisions that you've made, and I hope you agree with me when you leave. I can tell you from experience that this event has changed an awful lot of lives, turned an awful lot of careers around, created a lot of careers, and made an awful lot of millionaires. So it is certainly worth your time and expense to be there. So let me tell you what's going to happen, and maybe you can come prepared, and also come prepared for the point to where we can help you do some deals to more than pay for the cost of this event. All right, first of all, what does come prepared mean? Well, I don't need you to bring anything except maybe a cell phone. If you bring the cell phone, it's not so you can talk on it in class, but it's so you can take pictures of any PowerPoints that we put up. We're also going to go out into the field and get on a bus. You might want to take some pictures of the house and so forth. And that's really all you need to bring except something to write with. We're going to furnish you a 320 some odd page manual that you won't get anywhere else. It's kind of everything you need in it to do the business. So you'll have plenty of places to take notes, and we're just kind of a whole lot of other things that we're going to give you when you get there. So there's nothing that you have to tote along, so come light. Now you probably should bring some kind of a light jacket or sweater or something, because I tell you right now, I do like it cool in the room, and I'm not going to stand up there and sweat for 4 days, so it's easier to put on clothing than for me to take it off, and you don't want to see me without my shirt on, so bring something to cover up with. By now, you should have the hotel information. You should know where we're staying and how much the rate is, and hopefully you've actually registered, because I really like it when I see folks staying at the hotel. There's a lot of reasons why. One, you're there with the rest of the crowd. You're there to network. You're there to hang around and talk to people, and you're probably going to get as much out of the audience as you get out of myself and my faculty. And plus, you don't have to go anywhere at night. You can sit there and relax, and we're going to start at 8 o'clock every single morning, so you don't have far to travel from your room down to the restaurant, down to the meeting room. And you just are going to feel a lot better when you don't have that outside pressure on you. Plus, you don't have to go home and do the honeydews and get involved in whatever's going on back at the home if you're actually driving there. If you're going to stay at a hotel down the street, don't. The few dollars you're going to save by staying down the street, you're going to wish you'd paid when you can be right there where the action is. I'll tell you, some of the best things that happen are at night when people are sitting around and having dinner and having conversations. And even my crew, sometimes we like to sit out on the patio and smoke a cigar, and we don't mind having chats. So you're going to miss all of that. But more importantly, let me have your focus for 4 days. Give me your focus for 4 days. Don't worry about getting back and forth to home if you're within driving distance. And I promise you, you'll be glad you did. You should also have the terms course by now, which is the Pretty House, the brand new Pretty House Cash Flow System terms course. And you should have the Red Ugly House cash flow system. If you can, I'd really like for you to get through that term system. There's only 14 CDs in it and a handful of DVDs. By the way, the DVDs are the same as the CDs, so if you listen, you don't have to watch unless you want to. But if you could get through that whole thing, you would be a whole lot better prepared when you get there. Now, make no mistake, we're going to cover the terms business in its entirety. We're going to do a lot of deals. In fact, most of the deals we're going to do are involving terms. And you're going to bring them, and we're going to go through them, and we're going to process them, and we're going to call the sellers, and we're going to make oral deals, and then you're going to leave with contracts on these deals that we orally get accepted. So if you listen to that course, then you're going to get a head start on the folks that have not listened to it. It's not mandatory, it's not a requirement, but for your own benefit, I'd suggest you take the time to go through those 14 CDs before you come. You should also receive the confirmation letter by now. So if you haven't received that letter, or if you haven't received the hotel information or the terms and Ugly House system, you might want to call our office and find out why, because there's probably something wrong. Sometimes we get wrong information on the front end, contact information, the phone numbers are wrong, or worse yet, we get emails and we can't get through to you because they're in your spam filter or for whatever reason. So if you don't have my systems and you haven't received the information and the confirmation, call my office at 904-262-0491 and ask for the VIP department and tell them you haven't received the information that Ron said you should have on the video, and let's get to the bottom of it. All right, let's talk about our agenda, just so you know what you're in for. Day one, the entire day is going to be on the Pretty House business. We are literally going to go through a ton of information. We open at 8 o'clock in the morning and we don't finish till 7:30 that night. That's why they call it a boot camp. It is a long day. I actually might give you a break every 5-6 hours or so. No, just kidding. About every 4 hours. So anyway, it's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a fun, exciting day. In fact, the day will end with Brian and Lynette Wolf making calls to live sellers. So you're going to hear them calling your leads if you get called that night. They spend all day actually calling these people for you, and then that night they call some of them, and we discuss in class the kind of deals that they called and what to do with them after you leave. So that first day is very, very important. Don't miss a minute of it. The second day, we follow up, we continue through that process, and we are going to get into deal structuring that morning and agreements right after lunch that day. And that whole second half of that second day is spent on the entire Ugly House business. And in several hours, I'm going to teach you how to find and locate and pre-screen and make offers on all cash deals, whether they be bank owned or FSBOs. And then on that third morning, we're going to get up and go on a bus. We're going to go out into the field and look at 5 houses selected by our realtors that I worked with prior to getting there. You'll see how I found them, how I hired them, what I asked them to do, how they selected them for me out of the MLS, and you'll see how you can get set up to have them come to you every single day automatically in your inbox, and you'll learn how to process them like I do, sitting at home from my iPad. Today we don't go out and look at houses before we make offers on them. In the all cash business, we make the offers, and then after they're accepted, we go look without risk at that point. So we'll be doing that on the third day, except we're going to go out and look at them first, then make the offers. But in real life, you'll do the opposite. And then the afternoon of the third day, when we come back, I'm going to take you through the Gold Club site and show you how to use some of the magnificent benefits that you have not used to this date, how to attract private lenders to your private lender website that's already set up for you, how to find all the resources and agreements and forms and everything that you need is right there for you on that site. And I'm going to just guide you through it because very few people actually take the time to browse through that thing before they arrive. So in that light, if you have not signed up for the Gold Club yet, you might as well go do it now so you can be familiar with it. Go to ronsgoldclub.com. It's only $59 a month for you to sign up for the Gold Club, and you will see when you get there that's the biggest bargain in real estate today. Might as well go ahead and get it done so that you can spend some time on there, so that if you come prepared with questions, we can help you locate it or any issues you may have concerning that entire huge membership site. You're also going to need a VA, a virtual assistant. So if you want to go ahead and get a jump start on one, get one now. And I strongly suggest you do that if you haven't already. Now, I don't know how much time between you watching this video and when this event starts, but I do know that if you have a VA, then you're automatically going to come prepared with leads, because our virtual assistants will generate the leads for you by finding the properties for sale online where you live, and then they'll call them, they'll fill out the property information sheet for you, and then you can bring that to class, and then we can turn it into a deal for you. So if we have time, it's going to take about 8, 10, 12 days to get you a VA set up. So if we have time, let's get it going now. And even if you don't have time, let's get it started now. And you can do that by going to ronsva.com. Now when you go there, take a look at the $297 a month deal, because that includes the $59 Gold Club membership, but it also includes having your website set up for you, which you're going to have. You can't sell houses today without putting the houses up there for the people to see them. And this site will include buyers and sellers. We're also going to set up your interactive voice response system, which you're going to love when you see it, because it eliminates you from talking with buyers until they've been pre-screened automatically. It comes with a database to put that information in from those buyers. It comes with a texting service, and it comes with 5 hours of virtual assistant service. So if you do the $297 deal right now, I'll go over that with you in class, but I can tell you that's the minimum level you're going to probably want to do, and that will get you more leads than you can handle, and let the VAs do the front end work for you. So go to ronsva.com, and if you have any questions, just call our office and talk to somebody about the VAs. Now, I want you to bring leads with you. whether our VAs generate them or whether you generate them or a combination of the both. So if you haven't been on my conference call to prepare you on how to fill out the property information sheets and generate these leads, then go to ronlegrand.com/FSBO, FSBO, and listen to that call. That's a call that will make it real clear what I need on these property information sheets. And I'll tell you, my friend, listening to that call versus not listening to it could mean very well the difference between whether we get you a deal that'll net you 10, 15, 20,000 or not while you're getting trained. You really don't have any idea how important it is for you to bring these leads until it's too late when you find out after sitting there. We process dozens of sellers' leads during that class live while you watch and make deals right before your face. So here's the question. You want it to be your deal or somebody else's deal? If you want it to be your deal, then you're going to have to bring leads. So go listen to that audio or watch that video. Actually, it's a video, and it'll show you how to fill out the sheet. It'll show you how to find some of the sellers and how important it is for you to fill that out and bring it to me. So please do that so you come prepared. Okay, couple of housekeeping items. If you did not register, you know you can bring one free person with you, and that person must be a parent, child, spouse, or significant other, or someone in your business. If you have not signed up a second person, you may still do so by calling our office and doing that. There's no charge as long as they're in that group. Let's suppose now you want to bring a third person in that group. Call our office, it's $500, and you can add that third person. All 2 or 3 of you may come back the entire first year to as many of the events as you want at absolutely no extra charge. So we're making it as easy as we can for you to come back until you thoroughly get it. But if you want to bring somebody, now would be the time while you're there. If your intent is to start this business and set this business up and then pass it along to somebody else to run, it would be your benefit to make sure that that person is at the event at the same time. If you cannot make it for any reason whatsoever, please pick up the phone and call us and cancel and let us know you're not going to make this one. There's no charge for you to move to the next one. Nobody's going to die. If you can't make it, you can't make it. But we do need to release your seat so that we can give it to someone else. We only allow X number of people in there, depending on the bus, how many people we can get on the bus. So we're either going to have 1 bus load or 2 bus loads normally. And if you can't make it, we sure would like to know, because many times we are maxed out and we put people into another event and maybe they'd like to come to this one. So just give us a phone call and just to let us know which one you want to go to in the future. There's no charge, no transfer fee. This isn't Delta. All right. During that 4 days, all I want from you is your focus. So come prepared to give me your focus. Come listen, internalize, and when you get home, you're going to have plenty to do. So make sure that you've freed up some time to activate the things that you're going to use there. We're going to drop some resources right in your lap. You're not going to have to leave this event and go research anything. It's all done right there. I'm going to give you the agreements. I'm going to give you the outsourcers for just about everything you need to do so that you now can go home and run a business where 90% of the work is done for you, leaving you to focus on just a few things that I'm going to teach you to do as the real estate entrepreneur. I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and I promise you, you will be glad you came. See you soon.